invited for the next Sangha Puja on September 19th. Ishwar Bhai begged for forgiveness from Sri Thakur and all the devotees for any mistakes might have made during the Seva. Supreet Bhai sang Dayamo Sri Charana Vidya Prarthana. The afternoon was closed with Jaguru Nama Kirtana, Pranamo, and Pranamo. Ishwar Bhai took the attendance. Sri Thakur Charana Sito, Aryan, Ashwini Bhai, or Ishwar Bhai. Jai Guru.
Mute off.
Jaguru. Vishwit Bhairavai Garodhila Padiva.
Jaguru Gyan Bhairavai.
हाँ सुना ले पढ़
Okay, चलिए Jaguru Prem Guru page number 283 and today's topic is Bhagavan Ramakrishna. We have noticed unique fusion of Sankara and Gauranga in the life of Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahansa. He has dispelled at the single breath all the controversies in the realm of
भाई आप गला छक जो रखी से आरंभ करूँ भाई मतलब बहुत जाए नमस्कार गला छक सही नाला
हाँ ब्रज भाई गला थर 283 पेज रे सरी थिला तेनु सेडु मु स्टार्ट करू
अच्छा हो सॉरी
हां काल गला थर माने 282 रु 283 गोटे पेज हि पढतिली एबे नेक्स्ट टू कंटिन्यू हां हो जय जय Okay, so in the realm of religion, by saying, do whatever you like by putting Advaita Jnana in the knot fastened at the corner of your cloth. That means being established in the consciousness of Advaita, because if Advaita Tattva is attained through Jnana Path, that means the path of analysis, then any Bhakti Path, that means the path of synthesis, can be followed. On attainment of Jnana, if sadhaka realizes that one and only one Advaita Tattva has manifested in infinite forms, infinite shapes, and infinite ways, then only all differences disappear. Violence and jealousy melt away. Paramahansa Dev has elsewhere said, Jnanis using of the Vedanta climb off the steps and reach the roof, where they also find that the steps as well as roof are made from the same elements, lime, bricks, and brick dust. Ramakrishna Dev keeps the essential aspects of all religious sects intact and points out that all of them have a single origin. He has not distorted the bhava of the Christians, the Muslims, and Saktas as well as Vaishnavas of the Hindus. He has advised one should realize that all religions are true, and the followers of any religion should sincerely perform sadhana according to the principles of their own religion. The religious harmony doesn't mean to demolish all religions and make them one. Although women's class is one, but the emotions and feelings of a mother are not found with his sister. If one tries to realize feelings and sentiments of a wife in a sister, it obviously disturbs the sisterly feelings. Similarly, the object of worship of all religions is one and same, but because of differences in bhava, these are different. If a sadhaka learns and performs sincerely sadhana amenable to his own religion, he will experience the manifestation of bhava of his own religion. Will anyone realize Gopi bhava emerging Buddhist bhava? My path of sadhana is only true and pure. All of the paths are defective. Such a feeling is fatal and undesirable. Instead of ridiculing others, one should, like a sati, means truthful and just lady, remain steadfast in his own bhava. One's spiritual quest will be fulfilled according to one's sincerity in worship and prayer. Ramakrishna Deva has said, bhava is diverse on the surface, but one at the base. One will arrive at the same truth if bhava of all religions are sincerely practiced. Sincerity and conservatism are not same. Perform sadhana sincerely and honestly like a sati, but never ridicule or abuse any other religion. Although outwardly there is definitely diversity, but all religions are one at the bottom. It is indeed religious harmony. It is the manifestation of complete fusion of Sankara and Gauranga. The ideal of Bhagavan Ramakrishna is extremely essential in the present scenario of religious evolution. If this truth is not engraved in mind, our welfare is hardly possible. The union of Sankara and Gauranga is the testimony of complete truth and self of real spiritualism. Let each and every sadhaka sincerely enthrone Bhagavan Sankaracharya and Sri Gauranga Deva at one seat in the temple of his heart. If we see Sankara and Gauranga occupying one seat in the heart of any sadhaka, we will accept him, the devotee of Ramakrishna, without any consideration. If the people would not have seen Sankara and Gauranga and both Sankara and Gauranga in the Ramakrishna, they would have hesitated to accept them as incarnations. When will such a day descend, and when we see that Sankara and Gauranga are inextricably present in the temple of heart of every sadhaka? When the union of Sankara and Gauranga, that means the union of Jnana and Bhakti, is accomplished, all sorts of violence and jealousy, conflict and clamor will be eradicated, and the sweet stream of nectar, of peace and love will flow in the domain of religion. The common people will also feel glorified, securing a place in their lap. On the union of Sankaracharya and Gauranga Deva, various types of conflict and difference will be removed, and kingdom of love will be established. The state of Jivan Mukti. He who has enthroned Sankara and the Gauranga in his heart and has united the Ganga of devotion with the sea of knowledge is only Jivan Mukta, to feel liberated while living. In this world, therefore, Sukadeva, the embodiment of complete
Mute off.
vision of Jnana and Bhakti is described. Sukha Muktaha. Sukha is liberated. By the architects of scripture, the unattached householder which realization of Tattva Jnana and Paramahansa are Jivan Mukta. In one word, the knower of Brahma is liberated. The Vedas have firmly announced the salvation of the knower of Brahma in the great saying, Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. But the people of the modern society are alarmed to hear the word Brahmavid. They understand that a Brahmavid is one who is self-willed, an enemy of the society, an advisor of the God and Guru, opposed to the Vedas and an atheist. It is only Agatana Ghatana Patyasi Maya. Maya adept in ensuring an unexpected and impossible things to happen. Who can say why the people of the country were Shankaracharya, the self of Shiva and the knower of Brahma incarnated, and opened the door to salvation by preaching the knowledge of Brahma, carry such a wrong notion about a Brahmavid. Right from Brahma to the smallest of creatures, all are equally and respectively acceptable to a Brahmavid. For him, Brahmana as well as Chandra, man of low caste, man and woman, saint and sinner, the insentient and Chaitanya, molecule and atom, plant and rock, insect and worm, all sorts of organisms and objects are different manifestations of Brahma. Therefore, for him, even a single atom is also very dear like himself, an object of devotion like God. The common people are not satisfied with any other thing except his own Istadeva. But for a Brahmavid, everything in the self of Istadeva. The factors say that there is no other way except worshipping Shakti. The Vaishnavas close their ears at the name of Kali. But a Brahmavid adores Kali, Vishnu, Shiva and other gods equally. The common people only treat Salagramasila, sacred stone found in the river Ganduki, as Narayan god, but a Brahmavid treats all stones as the self of Narayan. The general people consider Tulsi plant very sacred, but a Brahmavid considers every plant sacred as Tulsi. To a common man, the river Ganga is a holy river, but to Brahmavid, every river is like Ganga. The Hindus belonging to the glorious legacy of Vasishtha and Kamini and Patanjali are unable to understand what kind of Brahmavid are those who exhibit the supremacy of their so-called Brahma. Jnana by kicking at Narayan, Sila or eating meat of the special type of birds cooked by the uncle Ramjan. As Bhagavan Shankaracharya taught the Brahma Jnanis, atheism on enthroning the image of Shiva, Vishnu, Shakti, and others in the monasteries established by him and composing hymns and prayers with deep devotion for gods and goddesses like Ganga and Manasa Devi. It is all due to the impact of turn of time. There is no iota of doubt that basic cause of such complete disaster lies in the arbitrariness and an indiscipline in the society. He who, by profound analysis of Tattva Jnana, has realized his own self as Brahma or has emerged in the lotus feet of Ishta, being afloat in the immortal stream of Dhamma Bhakti, is a Brahmavid. He is indeed a Jivan Mukta. Jnana is which mind, words, and actions are immersed completely in Brahmana. Brother, if it is okay, I will continue करिए.
वैसे श्लोकरा पढ़ दीजिए, श्लोकरा सामने जाऊँगी तो.
एकाकी निष्पर्श संत परिवर्तितः बालवस्तवो ब्रह्मा ज्ञानम तदुच्चये. The jnana which renders man.
वैसे फिर था जी.
केरे सुधा बोला आशीष जन पाई केरे सुधा बोला आशीष तुम्हारा परिया जन पाई चला पथ मोरा चला पथ मोरा कंटकमय कुसुमित कला प्राण साई कुसुमित कला प्राण साई केरे सुधा बोला आशीष तुम्हारा परिया धमा जन पाई केरे सुधा बोला आशीष तुम्हारा परिया धमा जन पाई गुंचाईच दुःख जातना सकळ गुंचाईच दुःख जातना सकळ तप तपराण परिछ शीतळ तप तपराण परिछ शीतळ चिंती देई प्राणे बिंदुए करुणा चिंती देई प्राणे बिंदुए तुमार मो परियद जन पाई मागिबा देयछ प्रभु मागिबा देयछ प्रभु भक्त खुखेते भल पाओ प्रभु भक्त खुखेते भल पाओ प्रभु मागिबा देयछ सबु मागिबा देयछ सबु भक्त खुखेते भल पाओ प्रभु भक्त खुखेते भल पाओ प्रभु भक्त पाई की व्यथा पाउथा भक्त पाई की व्यथा पाउथा ताकर फल बोझ बड़ी ताकर फल बोझ बड़ी केड़े सुधा बोला आशीष तुमार मो परियद जन पाई केड़े सुधा बोला आशीष तुमार मो परियद जन पाई एड़े दरदिया बंधु तुमे बोली एड़े दरदिया बंधु तुमे बोली मर में मर जाऊपाद पद्म ध्यायी दीन जाऊपाद पद्म ध्यायी केड़े सुधा गोड़ा आशीष तुमार मोकरिया जन पाई केड़े सुधा गोड़ा आशीष तुमार मोकरिया जन पाई चला पथ मोरा कंटकमय चला पथ मोरा कंटकमय कुसुमित कल प्राण साई कुसुमित कल प्राण साई मोपरी अधम जन पाई मोपरी अधम जन पाई
Jaguru, Sansara Pathe, Chapter 20. For a long time in our society,
Mute off.
there have been many different of opinion and arguments related to philosophy, Avatyavad, non-dual reality, and Vaitavad, dual reality. Followers in either group have presented a lot of evidence and arguments to justify their point of view. Some support the idea of dual reality, and others support non-dual reality. But neither understand the real essence. The true essence of God is the combination of both dual and non-dual reality. Unless a worldly person is perfected spiritual practice, he is not eligible to gain the knowledge of Avatyavad. That is because God reveals himself in the duality form to understand to an undiscriminating person. In our childhood, the practice of dualism is entrenched in us, and it is hard to let go without rigorous spiritual practice and discernment. The awareness of oneness in every object does not come easily. Therefore, the author of scriptures have provided instructions for gaining that awareness in order to transfer Vaitavad into Avatyavad. The authors have explained each concept distinctly and finally have it into a singular concept. They explain Vaitavad by establishing the concept of worship and worshipper, and then through the knowledge of oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma, they establish the concept of Avatyavad. Although realization of Avatyavad is ultimate goal of Hindu philosophy, it is advisable to practice both the principle of Vaitavad until the practitioner realizes Avatyavad completely. One achieves the realization of Avatyavad at the final stage of spiritual practice. One is not eligible for Paramamukti, ultimate liberation, without realizing the Avatyavad. Bhakti Shastra are full of Vaitavad. Other religions are also based upon Vaitavad as well. Many accomplished people in contemporary times have made particular effort to integrate the concept of Vaitavad into their text and have used various arguments from Hindu scripture to prove their education. However, there is no need to display the heroism by trying to prove the concept of Vaitavad. The knowledge that you and I are different of each yogya. There is no need to work hard to explain this concept. Well,
ଆମର କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର ଟାଇମ୍ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଖାଲି ଟିକେ ଆମର ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାକାରୀଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ଆଜି ମାନେ ପଢ଼ା ଆଜି ବେଶୀ ପଢ଼ା ହେଇପାରିଲାନି ଖାଲି ତାର ମୂଳ ଏସେନ୍ସ ଥିଲା ଯେ ମନକୁ କେମିତି ମନକୁ ଏକାଗ୍ର ନ କଲେ କିଛି ହେବନି ସାଧନ ଭଜନ ହେବ ନାହିଁ ଠିକ୍ ଭାବରେ କାହିଁକିନା ମନଟା ସ୍ୱାଭାବିକ ଭାବରେ ବିକ୍ଷିପ୍ତ ଆମର ଜନ୍ମ ଜନ୍ମର ରହିଯାଇଛି ସଂସ୍କାର ଯେ ବିଷୟ ପ୍ରତି ଆକୃଷ୍ଟ ଆଉ ତେଣୁ ବିଷୟ ଦେଖିଲା କ୍ଷଣି ମନଟା ସାଡ଼କୁ ବିକ୍ଷିପ୍ତ ହେଇ ଚାଲିଯାଉଛି ସାଡ଼କୁ ଟାଣି ହେଇ ଚାଲିଯାଉଛି ଅଟୋମେଟିକାଲି ତାକୁ କେମିତି ଏକାଗ୍ର କରିପାରିଲେ ଯାଇକି ଆମର ସାଧନ ଭଜନ ଆମେ ସକ୍ସେସ୍ ମିଳିପାରିବା ଆଉ ଏଇଟା କହିଥିଲି ଆମର ଲାଷ୍ଟ ସନ୍ଡେ ସେସନ୍ ମୋତେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ରେ ମୋର ପାଳିଥିଲା କିନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ସଂଘ ବିଷୟରେ କହିଲି ସେଥିରେ ଆମର ପଢ଼ା ହେଇଥିଲା ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାକାରୀ ପ୍ରତିରେ ଯେ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଉପରେ ଯେ କେମିତି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଆସିବ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଆସିଲେ ସବୁ ଆସିବ ଆମର ଠାକୁର କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ ସବୁଦିନ ପଢ଼ୁଛୁ ଆମର ପରିଚୟ ପତ୍ରରେ ଯେ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଉପରେ ନିର୍ଭର କରି ବସିଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ହାତ ଧରି ମୁକ୍ତିଧାମକୁ ନେଇଯିବି ତୁମ ଠାକୁର ସ୍ୱର୍ଗରୁ କେବଳ ଏତିକି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଥିବା ଆବଶ୍ୟକ ମୂଳଟା ହେଲା ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଆସିଲେ ହିଁ ନିର୍ଭରତା ଆସିବ ନିର୍ଭରତା ଦରକାର ସେଠି ମୁଁ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ହାତ ଧରି ମୁକ୍ତିଧାମକୁ ନେଇଯିବି କିନ୍ତୁ ତୁମ ଠାକୁର ସ୍ୱର୍ଗରୁ ଏତିକି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଥିବା ଆବଶ୍ୟକ ମୂଳଟା ହେଲା ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଉପରେ ପଢ଼ା ହେଇଥିଲା ଏନିୱେ ତାକୁ ଆଉ ବେଶୀ କିଛି ଆଲୋଚନା କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁନି ଲେଟ୍ସ ଗୋ ଟୁ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ ଯଦି କାହାର କିଛି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅଛି ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ ନହେଲେ ମୋର ଆଉ କେତେଟା କଥା କହିବାର ଅଛି ଜୟଗୁରୁ
ଭାଇ ଏବେ ଯାହା ପଢା ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଥିଲା ଏଠି ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ଓଡ଼ିଆ ବାଲ୍ୟ କାଳରେ ଦ୍ୱୈତ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଆମର ଅଭ୍ୟସ୍ତ ହୋଇ ରହିଛି ସୁତରାଂ ତାହା କଠୋର ସାଧନ ତ ଭାଇ ବାଲ୍ୟ କାଳରେ କେମିତି ଅଦ୍ୱୈତ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଅଭ୍ୟସ୍ତ ରହିଛି
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଲାଇନ୍ ବୋଧେ ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ଅଛି
ଭାଇ କୋଉ ଲାଇନ୍ଟା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମର ସେଟା ଆଉ ଟିକେ ପଢ଼ିବେ କି ଆଉ ଥରେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା 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 ଭାଇ ବାଲ୍ୟ କାଳରେ ଦ୍ୱୈତ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଆମର ଅଭ୍ୟସ୍ତ ହୋଇ ରହିଛି ଭାଇ ମାନେ ବାଲ୍ୟ କାଳରେ କେମିତି ଅଭ୍ୟସ୍ତ ହୋଇ ରହିଛି ସେଟା ବୁଝିହେଲାନି
ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଦ୍ୱୈତ ଜ୍ଞାନ ପୁରା ଅଦ୍ୱୈତ ନୁହେଁ ଦ୍ୱୈତ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଯେ ମୁଁ ମି ଆଣ୍ଡ ଅଦର୍ସ ସବୁବେଳେ ଆମେ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଦୁଇ ଦେଖୁଛୁ ଆମର ମାନେ ଏଇଟା କେବଳ ବାଲ୍ୟକାଳ ନୁହେଁ ଜନ୍ମ ଜନ୍ମାନ୍ତର ସଂସ୍କାର ସବୁବେଳେ ଆମେ ଦୁଇ ଆମେ ମାନେ ଅହଂ ବ୍ରହ୍ମାସ୍ମି କି ସର୍ବଂ ଖଲୁ ଇଦଂ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଅଦ୍ୱୈତ ଜ୍ଞାନଟା ଯେ ସମସ୍ତେ ସମାନ ମୁଁ ଯାହା ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେଇଆ ସବୁ ସେଇ ଚିନ୍ମୟ ସତ୍ତାଙ୍କ ବିକାଶ ଏଇ ଜ୍ଞାନଟା ଆମର ନାହିଁ ସବୁବେଳେ ମୁଁ ନିଜକୁ ଦେଖୁଛି ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ଫ୍ରମ୍ ଅଦର୍ସ ଏଇଟା ଆମର କ'ଣ ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଅସ୍ଥି ମଜାଗତ ତେଣୁ ଏଇଟା ଆମର କ'ଣ ତାକୁ କାଟିକିରି ଅଦ୍ୱୈତକୁ ଯିବା ସେ ସମୟ ସାପେକ୍ଷ କିନ୍ତୁ ତଥାପି କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ମାନେ ଭକ୍ତି ମାର୍ଗରେ ଗଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଭକ୍ତି ମାର୍ଗର ଚରମ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ସେ ଅଦ୍ୱୈତ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଲାଭ ହେବ ଯେଉଁଟାକି ଠାକୁର କହିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଗୋପୀମାନଙ୍କର ହେଇଥିଲା ରାସଲୀଳାରେ ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ନିଜକୁ ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କୁ କୃଷ୍ଣ ଭାବିକିରି ଏକାକ ରହିଗଲେ ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ମାନେ ଶ୍ରୀକୃଷ୍ଣଙ୍କର ଇଏରେ ମଜି ଯାଇଥିଲେ ଅନ୍ୟ କିଛି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍
ଭାଇ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଥିଲା ପଚାରିବି
ହଁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ
ଭାଇ ଆମେ ଯୋଉଟା ଆଜି ସକାଳେ ପଢୁଛୁ ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ ପାଇଁ ସେଥିରେ କୁହାଯାଏ ମଳିନ ଦେହ ମନ ପ୍ରାଣ ନେଇ ତ ଭାଇ ସେଇଟା ଆତ୍ମାକୁ ବୁଝାଏ ନା କଣକୁ ବୁଝାଏ କାହିଁକି ଦେହ ମନ ପ୍ରାଣ ତିନିଟା ଅଛି ସେଥିରେ
ରାଇଟ୍ ଭାଇ ଆତ୍ମାଟା କେବେ ମଳିନ ନୁହେଁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଦେହ ଆମର ମଳିନ ମୂଳ କଥା ହେଉଛି କ'ଣ କି ଯେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଗୋଇଂ ବ୍ୟାକ୍ ଟୁ ଅଦ୍ୱୈତ ମାନେ ସେମ୍ କାଇଣ୍ଡ ଅଫ୍ କନସେପ୍ଟ ଯେ ଆମର ସବୁ ମାନେ କ'ଣ ମଳିନତା ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଆମର ସତ୍ତ୍ୱ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ଅବସ୍ଥା ଆମର ନାହିଁ ଆପଣ ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଗୁଣ ଦୃଷ୍ଟିରୁ ବିଚାର କରିବେ ଆମର ସତ୍ତ୍ୱ ସାତ୍ତ୍ୱିକ ରାଜସିକ ତାମସିକ ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ଗୁଣଟା ରହିଛି ସେ ଗୁଣ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଦ୍ୱାରା ହିଁ ଆମେ ଯୋଉ କାମ ଯେତିକି କରୁଛୁ ଯାହା କାମ କରୁଛୁ ଦେହ ଦ୍ୱାରା କରନ୍ତୁ ମନ ଦ୍ୱାରା କରନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ରାଣ ଦେଇ କରନ୍ତୁ ସମସ୍ତ କାମ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଗୁଣ ଆବରଣରେ ହେଇକିରି କରାଯାଉଛି ତେଣୁ ଯେହେତୁ ଗୁଣର ଆବରଣ ପଡ଼ିଛି ଗୁଣର ମାନେ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ଷ୍ଟେଜ୍ ନେଇକିରି କାରଣ ପ୍ରାୟ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ସବୁ ଗୁଣ ରହିଛି, କାହାର ସାତ୍विକ ଭାବ ଅଧିକ କିନ୍ତୁ ରାଜସିକ ତାମସିକ ଭାବ ରହିଛି କିନ୍ତୁ କମ୍, କାହାର ରାଜସିକ ଭାବ ଅଧିକ ସାତ୍विକ ତାମସିକ ରହିଛି କିନ୍ତୁ କମ୍। ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଗୁଣର ତାରତମ୍ୟ ଅନୁସାରେ ଆମେ ଭିନ୍ନ ପଡ଼ିଯାଇଛୁ। ଆଉ ସମସ୍ତ କାମ ଗୁଣ ଦ୍ୱାରା ହିଁ କରାଯାଉଛି। ଆତ୍ମା ଦ୍ୱାରା କିଛି କାମ ହୁଏ ନା, ଆତ୍ମା ନିଷ୍କ୍ରିୟ, ନିର୍ଗୁଣ, ନିର୍ବିକାର। ତେଣୁ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ମାନେ ଗୁଣଟା ରହିଛି, ସେ ଗୁଣରେ ଆମେ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ କାମ କରି ଚାଲିଛୁ। ଅସଲ ଠିକ କାମରେ ଛାଡ଼ିକି ଆମେ ଭୁଲ କାମ କରି ଚାଲିଛୁ ବେଳେବେଳେ। ମାନେ ଯେହେତୁ ଆମେ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ସତ୍ତ୍ୱ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରୁନୁ, ଆମେ ମଳିନ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ରହିଛୁ। ଭଲ କଥାଟି କହିଲେ, ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ଟିକେ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ୍ କରିବି ଟିକେ ଆଜି କି ଅନ୍ୟ ଦିନ। ଆଉ କିଛି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅଛି କି? ହଁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ଆଜି ଯୋଉ ଗୁରୁ ଗୀତାରେ ପଢିଲେନି 57 ଶ୍ଲୋକ ନମ୍ବର, ସେଠି କୁହାହେଲା ଯେ ମନକୁ ଜ୍ଞାନ ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଏ। ମାନେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ କୁହାହେଲା ଯେ ଜଗତର ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ବିଷୟ ଆତ୍ମା ଭିନ୍ନ ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ବସ୍ତୁ ନୁହଁ। ତାହେଲେ ଆତ୍ମା ମାନେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ମାନେ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷରେ ଆମେ ବ୍ରହ୍ମଟାକୁ ଦେଖିବା, ସେଇଟା କୁହାହଉଛି, ରାଇଟ୍?
ଆପଣ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଆତ୍ମା ଟିକେ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ସ୍ତରର ଜିନିଷ, ଏକା ଜିନିଷ କିନ୍ତୁ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ସ୍ତର। ଆମେ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ କହିଲେ ଆମେ ସଚିଦାନନ୍ଦ ମାନେ ସଚିଦାନନ୍ଦ ଅବସ୍ଥାଟା କହୁଛନ୍ତି। ଆଉ ତାର ମନ ଆତ୍ମା ଭଗବାନଟା ଘନ ବିଗ୍ରହ, ସରି ହଁ, ଆତ୍ମାଟା ସଚିଦାନନ୍ଦ ଘନ ଅବସ୍ଥା, ଜୀବାତ୍ମା ଅବସ୍ଥାକୁ ପଳେଇ ଆସିବା ସଚିଦାନନ୍ଦ ଘନ ଅବସ୍ଥା। ଆଉ ମୟ ଅବସ୍ଥା ହେଲା ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଅବସ୍ଥା। ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଆତ୍ମା ମାନେ ଏକା ଜିନିଷ କିନ୍ତୁ ଟିକେ ତାର ମାନେ ସ୍ତର ଭେଦ ରହୁଛି, ଆଉ ଟିକେ କଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସଡ ଅବସ୍ଥା ହେଇଯାଉଛି, ମୟରୁ ଘନ ହେଇଯାଉଛି। କିନ୍ତୁ ଏ ଯୋଉ ମନ କହିଲେ ଜ୍ଞାନ, ଭାଇ ସେଟା ତ ମୁଁ ଆଜି ଫଲୋ କରିନି, ଦେଖିନି ଖୋଲିକି, ସରି ସେଟାକୁ ଧରିପାରୁନି। ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ ଟିକେ
ସେ ଶ୍ଲୋକଟାକୁ ଆଉଥରେ ପଢିଲେ କୋଉଠି ମନକୁ ଜ୍ଞାନ କରାହେଇଛି? ମନ ଜ୍ଞାନ ହେଇପାରିବନି
ଭାଇ। ଯୋଉ ଶ୍ଲୋକ ନମ୍ବର 57 ର ଅର୍ଥରେ ପଢା ହେଲା ଯେ ସମସ୍ତ ଅନିତ୍ୟ ବସ୍ତୁକୁ ଗାତବ୍ୟ ଓ ମନକୁ ଜ୍ଞାନ ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଏ। ସେଇଠି ମୁଁ ଟିକେ କନଫ୍ୟୁଜ ହେଇଗଲି।
ଭାଇ କେତେ ନମ୍ବର ଶ୍ଲୋକ କହିଲେ?
50।
ବୋଧେ ଭାଇ ମତେ ଲାଗୁଛି ମତେ ଲାଗୁଛି ଏହା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ସବୁ ବିଷୟ ଜ୍ଞାତବ୍ୟ, ଆମେ ତ ଜାଣିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛୁ, ତାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା ଜାଣି ଯାଉଛୁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ମନ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଆମେ ଜାଣି ଯାଉଛୁ କଣ ଜାଣିପାରୁନୁ।
ନା ମତେ ଲାଗୁଛି ଯେ ମାନେ ସେୟା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଆମେ ଧରୁଛେ ଯେ ମନଟା ହଉଛି ଆମର ଜ୍ଞାନ ବୋଲି, ଆମର ଧାରଣାଟାକୁ ବୁଝଉଛି ନା, କିନ୍ତୁ ମନ ଯୋଉଟା ଜ୍ଞାନ ସେଇଟା ନୁହଁ।
ନାଇଁ ସେଇଟା ନୁହଁ। ସେ ତାର ଅନ୍ୟ ଯଦି ଦେଖିବେ କହିବେ ସର୍ବଂଶ ଅନିତ୍ୟଂ ଜ୍ଞେୟଂ, ଯାହା ଅନିତ୍ୟ ସବୁ ଯାକ ଜାଣି ହବ। ମନଶ୍ଚ ଜ୍ଞାନଂ ଉଚ୍ୟତେ, ମନଟା ଜ୍ଞାନ ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଏ। ଜ୍ଞାନಂ ଜ୍ଞେୟଂ ସମଂ କୁର୍ଯାତ୍, when you equalize that knowledge and what can be knowable, anya api kaschit atma dvityaka na asti. So when you take the level of knowledge to what is knowable, then when you cross that boundary, then what you get is atma. Atma dvityaka na asti. atma tharu dvitya au kichi nahi. ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ମନଟାକୁ ଜ୍ଞାନ ବୋଲି କୁହାହଉଛି, ଜ୍ଞାନ କୁହାହଉଛି କାହିଁକି ନା ଜ୍ଞାନ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଜ୍ଞେୟ ଅଛି, ତାକୁ ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ଯାହା ଦରକାର ସେଇଟା ହେଲା ଜ୍ଞାନ, ରାଇଟ୍? ଆମେ ଏଠି ବସିଛେ, କଥା ହଉଛେ, ଫୋନ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଆମ କଥାଟା ଯାଉଛି, ତାର ସେଇଟା ହେଲା ଜ୍ଞେୟ। ଜ୍ଞାନଟା ହେଲା ତାକୁ ଯୋଉ ଜାଣିବାର ଯୋଉ ଇଏଟା, ସେଟା ହେଲା ଜ୍ଞାନ। କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇଟାକୁ ଯଦି ଆନାଲାଇଜ କରିକିରି ଆପଣ ତାର ବିୟଣ୍ଡ ଜ୍ଞେୟକୁ ପଳେଇବେ, what is knowable, you go beyond knowable, you will know that only thing that is there is atma, there is nothing but atma. ଏହା ସେ ଶ୍ଲୋକର ଅର୍ଥଟା। ତାର ଯୋଉ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଯୋଉ ମିନିଂ ରେ ଏଠି କୁହାଯାଇଛି ମନଟା ଜ୍ଞାନ, ସେଇଟା ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଯୋଉ ଟ୍ରୁ ନଲେଜ ଆମେ କହୁଛେ ତା ନୁହଁ। ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଆମର ଯୋଉ କଲୋକିଆଲ ନଲେଜ, ସେଇ କଥା କହୁଛନ୍ତି। କଲୋକିଆଲ ନଲେଜ ଅନୁସାରେ ଆପଣ ଜାଣୁଛନ୍ତି ଜାଗତିକ ବିଷୟ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡାକ କଣ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଜାଗତିକ ବିଷୟ ଗୁଡାକ ଜାଣି 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 ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାର ବେୟଣ୍ଡ କୁ ପଳେଇବେ, ଗୋ ବେୟଣ୍ଡ ନୋଏବୁଲ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ହ୍ୱାଟ ୟୁ ୱିଲ୍ ଫାଇଣ୍ଡ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଆତ୍ମା, ଆତ୍ମା ବିନା ଆଉ କିଛି ନାହିଁ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଆଉ କିଛି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅଛି? ଆଚ୍ଛା, ସମୟ ତ କମିଲାଣି। ମୁଁ ଟିକେ କଥା କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଥିଲି, ପୁଣି କେବେ ଚାନ୍ସ ମିଳିଲେ କହିବି। ଆମର ଏଗେନ୍ ସଂଘ ବିଷୟରେ ଆଉ ସେବା ବିଷୟରେ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି, ଯୋଉଟାକି ମୁଁ ଗଲାଥର କହିଥିଲି ଯେ ୱି ଫୋକସ୍ ଅନ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍।
एगेन सेवा जमी ठीक भाव हम समस्त चेष्टा करवा जहाँ को जो सेवा दी जाऊँगी माने आम यथासाध्य चेष्टा कर सेवाटा ठाकुर सेवाटा ठीक भाव कर देह मन प्राण तीनटा लगे सेवा करवा आम भर अच्छा कि जन देह भी दौना माने मत सेवा होना आउ बेले बेले सेवा करूँ देह दूँ कि मन रोनी मैंने अरे मुहरे कम चलती हाथ में कम चलती मन जाऊँगी मोर तो हूँ बहुत समय मन तो कौन कह आ बेले बेले देह मन जी हूँ किंतु प्राण ना माने गोटे मैंने कौन मैंने भल पाई सेवाटा करवा यहाँ हो पानी यहाँ टे नजर दबा एगेन आम एगेन माने इट विल टेक लंग टाइम टू आम पूर्व संस्था को मैंने वर्जन करके नूतन संस्था अर्जन करा इट विल टेक सम टाइम बट ठाकुर आशीर्वाद भिक्षा कर आगे जा द्वितीय कथा है आमर एगेन संघ कथा जे मुझे गला कही संघटा मैं गोटे परिवार आध्यात्मिक दृष्टि वैश्विक दृष्टि नुहे माने वैश्विक दृष्टि जो परिवार चिंता करूँ पैसा पत्र हेन तेन ये से काटी आम आध्यात्मिक दृष्टि आम परिवार संघ भितर जमी प्रेम भक्ति भाव रहीटा को आम सब चेष्टा करवा आम एमती किसी काम करवानी जो प्रेम प्रीति हर्ट हम जब आम क्या भूल किसी कहीदेलु काम कष्ट होगा कि कम करदेलु काम कष्ट होगा मैं जाना क्षण क्षमा प्रार्थना करवा भाविया जे से भाई पाखे से माँ पाखे क्षमा प्रार्थना करूनु भर जो ठाकुर अच्छा से ठाकुर पाखे क्षमा प्रार्थना कर भी आम द्वारा कौन काम न हुए जहाद्वारा कि संघर प्रेम प्रीति भाव माने नष्ट हो ठाकुर निजे कहते तुम मैंने समस्ते प्रेम प्रीति संबंधन रही समस्ते आत्मोन्नति करुच यह देखिले मोर जिते आनंद हम गोटे राज्य आनीदे मोर से आनंद हो ना कथा चिंता करूँ ठाकुर कौन गोटे राज्य आनीदे मोर तमें सी कहते केते आनंद से पाइबे सी जाना चाहते आम प्रकृत केते प्रेम प्रीति भाव नहीं चलुँ आ समस्त आत्मोन्नति ये दुईटा जिन आम सब भाई मैंने माँ मैंने चेष्टा करवा समस्ते किसी ना कि सेवा नवा समस्ते जमी आत्मोन्नति करवा समस्ते जिन आम भर सब प्रेम प्रीति भाव रहे आम आचरण में आम कथबार्ता जमी क्या भी मन में दुख न हुए जदि जानी पारे आम सचेतन करदे क्षमा प्रार्थना करवा आ जदि बेले कहूँ कि बेले मुझे कौन कहीदे क्या मन दुख हो जाऊँगी कि मुझे जापर क्या मन दुख है जब जहाँ मैंने दुख है सी जदि टे मैंने कहीदे भाई कि माँ आप कहले मत खराब लगे तेणु जी जान थे से आखिर जानिक सचेतन हम आटलिस्ट एगेन क्षमा प्रार्थना करवा से आम सब चिंता करा ना जदि किसी असुविधा है आप परिचालन कमिटी जनातु मत जनातु गला थर तो परिचालन कमिटी शपथ पाठ कले से प्रतिज्ञा कले आप नजर रखिथे जे संघरे भाई मान माँ मान मध्य प्रेम प्रीति संपर्क रखापी मुझे जत्नशील है ठाकुर चरण से प्रतिज्ञा कर प्रतिज्ञाबद्ध लेट अस नो मेक श्योर दैट वी डू दैट समय है मुझे ये रखुच्छी जय गुरु आमर श्रीजामार अच्छी प्रार्थना जय गुरु
चरणा तुम्हारा चरणा तुम्हारा सारगो बली अन्य के पुण्य दिया की नदिया अन्य के पुण्य दिया की नदिया तेरा तेरी पाद पारसा पाऊं तेरा सारा गाओ मागिरे आओ तुम सत्य
You've been muted. To unmute yourself, press the star key twice.
तुम्हारा प्रिया अमृत संतान जाओ के सारगा मागी पियाओ जगता पुरेला आमिलना ओम जन प्रेमा मणि कंचना मूड जानता रो आहुरी मुरा मूड जानता रो आहुरी मुरा मोतले जीते कारुणा के सारगा मागी बियाओ बोली देरा तुम्हें कारुणा मुझे सुखीला मरो रे कमला मुझे तेरी करुणाता कोटिकाई बलिया तेरी करुणाता कोटिकाई बलिया गोटिए कनिका मो लगे जाओ के सारगा मारी बियाओ शरणा तुम्हारा सारा दो बली के सारगा अन्य किसी पुण्य दिया की नदिया अन्य किसी पुण्य दिया की नदिया तीर तेरी पादा पारसा पाऊ के सारगा मागी बियाओ तारना तुम्हारा सारा गोबली के सारगा मागी बियाओ के सारगा मागी बियाओ के सारगा मागी बियाओ.
Trader young aspirants, let's get started with the program, starting off with attendance. Aditi? Jai Guru. Jai Adyasa?
नहीं अध्यक्ष नहीं मैं
Jai Guru Ma. Jai Guru Ma. Aishi?
जय गुरु
Jai Guru. Anik?
जय गुरु
Jai Guru. Ansh? Anshu? Arnav?
जय गुरु
Jai Guru. Aaron?
माँ आरोन बसने के आरुष बसने जय
Jai Guru. Aryan?
जय गुरु
Jai Guru. Jamo? Jai Guru. Divyam?
जय गुरु
Jai Guru. Timmy? Eva? Eva? Okay. Jagat?
जय गुरु
Jai Guru. Naitik?
जय गुरु माँ
Jai Guru. Pratisha?
जय गुरु माँ
Jai Guru. Pratyush?
जय गुरु माँ
Jai Guru. Sanvi?
जय गुरु माँ
Jaguru. Saraswat? Sarthak? Bobby? Shopi? Shreya? Shreyasi?
Jaguru.
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 Jaguru. Simran?
Jaguru ma.
Jaguru. Srija?
Jaguru ma.
Jaguru. Suhani? And Yukta?
Jaguru.
Jaguru. So was there anyone I missed with the attendance? Otherwise, let's get started. Should I just explain the meaning of the song you just sang?
Jaguru ma, sure. Jaguru. The meaning of the song goes like this. Thakur's lotus feet is sacred and higher than heaven. Touching his lotus feet would bless me for the eternity. Thakur is the shining gem of the Trinity world. Thakur enlightens the whole world with his wisdom. As an ignorant kid, I beg for slightness of your compassion. Jaguru.
Jaguru, yeah, well explained, Srija. Yeah, the song is just about that, how Thakur really has all these different qualities, and what we want to do is surrender to him. So yeah, let's get started with the main topic of the discussion today. Today we'll be talking about the importance of Nama and mantra. Can anyone say what our mantra is?
Jaguru.
Yeah,
Jaguru.
all of you are right. Who was saying that?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. But it's Jaguru, right?
Yeah, it's Jaguru. Yep, I think a few of you said it. So, yeah, we'll be talking about the importance of Jaguru and everything. So yeah, and we've kind of talked about how Jaguru is our mantra before when we were discussing this in our Poitra discussions. So we learned that on the first page, we affirm and state that we accept Sri Sri Thakura as our Guru and Ishta, and our Siddha mantra is Jaguru. And so to learn more about the meaning and significance of Jaguru Nama, we will be reading from Sadhguru Swami Nigamananda, chapter 32. You can follow along in the book starting from page 345. And I also shared the reading in the email a few days ago. So Aryan, can you start with reading the first two pages of this chapter?
Jaguar. Sri Sri Thakur has offered a non-communal, speckless, casteless, and all-embracing Nama to all the disciples and devotees, anyone belonging to an Adma if one so likes, because whose glory is envisaged in this Nama is everyone's Ishta or Guru. Hence this Nama may be recited easily and comfortably by all people irrespective of their religion, belief, caste, creed, and sect. Thakura has vitalized Nama Jaguru, glory to Guru. Since then, it has become the Siddha Nama. There may be some inhibition or touch of communalism in reciting other Namas, but this Nama is free from any prejudice or objection from any quarters, because everybody has his own Guru. No one can attain enlightenment without a Guru. Even the atheists have Guru. Otherwise, how could they learn the concept of atheism? How can a disciple win unless his Guru triumphs over all turbulence? The primary and chief meaning of Jaguru is that our selfish and narrow desire and aspiration should be annihilated, and in its place the holy will of Sri Gurudev should be reflected and illuminated. Sri Thakur has established the Guru Vada, the concept of Guru, founding the seat of Jaguru, and by propagating Jaguru, Mahanama, the great name. Both these steps were responsible for restructuring and consolidating the ancient glorious tradition of Guru Vada. Since all the Hindus admit the concept of Guru Vada, it is possible to bring about harmony, unity, and universal brotherhood through the sublime ideals of Guru Vada among all. The disciples and devotees of Sri Thakur have learned the supreme importance of Jaguru Mahanama and have also got wonderful and splendid results out of it in each and every sphere of life. Guru is an all-time important name from among innumerable names of God. Guru Nama is beyond a beginning or an end. Guru is the supreme savior and protector. Hence, Guru Nama is Taraka Brahma, a Brahmanic entity associated with salvation. The power of redemption is hidden in Guru Nama. Nama and Name, name and person, are inalienable. Hence, Guru and Guru Nama are inextricably mingled and so absolutely inseparable. As soon as a devotee recites Jaguru Mahanam, the immense power of Gurudev creeps into him. He who accepts and recites this Mahanama is able to attract and sustain the blessing of Gurudev. That is, precisely, he attains the knowledge of the self. In this transcendental Nama is embodied both Guru and Ishta. If a devotee adopts this Siddha mantra with complete faith and devotion, the unique and extraordinary power of this Nama must be realized. When the awakening of the living power of this Siddha mantra takes place and manifests in the inner heart, one gets the vision of Nami, the entity aimed at by the Nama. The power and attraction of this Nama goes beyond all comparison and description. The awakening of mantra or Nama is accomplished by belief and devotion of the person. When you become used to japa, recitation of Jaguru, you will notice that japa is going on non-stop within you without any conscious effort by the immeasurable power stored in Nama. The japaka should have the unflickering interest and love for Nama before practicing the recitation of it. When this Nama is recited and practiced in the proper manner, the mantra Chaitanya or vitalization of mantra of this Siddha mantra is accomplished. After this mantra Chaitanya, the japaka gets the vision of Sadguru who initiates him to the knowledge of the self. Jaguar.
Jaguru, thanks, Aryan, for reading this. So this first part of the chapter kind of introduced the background and the meaning of Jaguru Nama and how someone who's chanting this, how they should chant in what mindset. Does anyone have any questions so far about this? Okay. I have a few discussion questions for you all. So the first question is, what does Jaguru mean? Naitik, can you answer this?
Jaguru, can you repeat the question?
What is the meaning of Jaguru?
Jaguru means like it's all the fate you have in Thakura, but in like a word.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain it. Jaguru means quite literally like glory to the Guru. So it really embodies all of what you said too. Great answer. Next question is, so the first part of the chapter talks about how Jaguru mantra isn't really limited to a specific spiritual community or any specific religion. And so I was wondering, why is that so? Aryan, do you want to answer this question?
Could you repeat the question, please? You broke up a little.
Okay. So my question is, so in the beginning of this chapter, there's a few lines talking about how Jaguru mantra, it's not really limited to a specific community or religion or anything like that. And so my question is, why is that so?
Jaguru. So it does state that this mantra can be used by people of all religion and belief. And I think the reason why is because everybody has their own guru, and nobody can attain enlightenment without a guru. And it states that even atheists have a guru, and that's why this mantra Jaguru applies to everyone, basically. Jaguru.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. And also, this mantra doesn't really have any specific indicators of any specific religion or community or anything like that. And yeah, like Aryan said, like everyone has the guru in some form or another. So this is not really limited to who can say jaguru. And so my next question is to Bobby. What are some effects or benefits of reciting Nama or jaguru? I think you're muted, Bobby.
Jaguru. I think whenever you say jaguru, you can have confidence, and you can also basically give your worries to Takura whenever you're in need, and he can help you basically find the right path and steer you the right way. Jaguru.
Yeah, great answer. So yeah, when chanting jaguru, we are thinking about Takura, and so that's one way we can stay in the right path and stay connected and get blessings from him. So yeah, great answer, Bobby. So yeah, let's continue reading the rest of the chapter. Eva, can you read the remaining 2 pages?
Jaguru, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, Jaguru. Eva, you can go ahead.
Okay. Jaguru. Jaguru is not the combination of 2 words, Jaya and Guru. It is one word, and it stands for Sri Gurudev. Just as a huge banyan tree is present in its tiny seeds, similarly, Sri Gurudev is present in Jaguru Mahanama. It is the easiest way to attain supreme spiritual enlightenment in Kali era. Sri Chaitanya Dev descended on this earth to spread the principles of Nama Dharma. He spoke in the most firm and assertive manner that it is Kali era, and no one can attain liberation without the recitation of Nama. In any sadhana, may be yoga or jnana or tantra, a sadhak has to accept certain principles, rituals, self-control, and several other requisite eligibility.
You've been muted. To unmute yourself, press the star key twice.
म्यूट कर देले बोधे समस्त लाइन
Mute off.
दुई थर स्टार्ट टिपि दियंतु
Jaguru, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Eva, I guess you can unmute and continue reading.
Jaguru, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Where did I leave off of before I got muted?
I think you were on the first paragraph of page 347.
Okay. In any sadhana, maybe yoga or jnana or tantra, a sadhak has to accept certain principles, rituals, self-control, and several other requisite eligibility. But for Nama Bhajan, there is no restraint in any form. This is why Nama Bhajan is the easiest and the most suitable way to find Supreme Lord. One can recite Lord's name at any time and in any place or in any situation. There is no restriction to take his holy name. In this Kali era, one neither has the body nor the mind to perform the difficult sadhana of yoga or tantra or jnana. Sri Chaitanya Dev took incarnation to spread this truth among the masses and to initiate all the people, irrespective of their birth, sex, and religion, to this path of recitation of Nama. He welcomed and embraced one, and all, whether he is a sinner or a saint, and advised everyone to take Lord's name ceaselessly. Of course, one should cultivate this habit by continuous practice with love. Here also it is necessary to have unshakable and singular faith in the Lord's name. Otherwise, it will hardly bear any fruit. Once a devotee found in a dream that he had gone to the Nilachal Kutir in Puri. there was a quarrel between the sevaka, an attendant, of Thakura and the said disciple for some reason. The sevaka went upstairs and told Thakura all about the quarrel. On hearing it, Sri Thakura became furious. He wrote an obscure question on the wall and asked, "Give its answer immediately, otherwise I shall give you severe punishment." The disciple, on noticing the fury of Thakura, started trembling and could not give any answer, but began reciting Jaiguru silently. With the increase of intensity of concentration in the recitation of Mahanama, the magnitude of Thakura's anger gradually receded. Finally, Thakura assumed the sweet and benign appearance and embraced the disciple with love. He spoke, "I could not punish you on noticing the immense power of your japa." Then he disappeared. In another incident, about 5 to 6 people were going to a village through a dense jungle. Suddenly, there appeared a tiger on the forest road. One of them was a disciple of Sri Thakura. He recited loudly, "Jaguar." Others, in spite of their ignorance, also joined him and recited Mahanama. While chanting Jaguar, they waited for their last moment, which they thought was drawing near with the approach of the savage beast. But, surprisingly, the tiger, by and by, moved away and left them untouched. The power and attraction of this Mahanama is unique and incomparable. First, you will try to awaken the Nama within you. Therefore, you will find this Nama has always kept itself awakened and vibrating. The recitation of Jaguru will enable one and all to enjoy peace and solace in their life, in this life, and will ensure liberation in the life after death. Jaguru.
Jaguru, thanks, Eva, for reading the rest of the chapter. In this part of the chapter talks about why chanting Nama is important in this day and age, and ends with 2 short stories about the power of Nama. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay. I have a few questions I'd like to discuss from this part of the reading. My first question is for Pratish. Why does it say that reciting Nama is needed in this era to attain liberation?
Jaguar, I think it says that because during this age, right now everybody isn't completely, I wouldn't say peace, but they aren't completely acknowledged of themselves. And saying Jaguar, it helps them calm down and look at themselves in a different way. Jaguar,
yeah, great answer. Like the reading kind of says, chanting Nama can help you kind of concentrate and be at peace. Nice answer. I want to also ask this question to Jemu. Why does it say that reciting Nama is needed in this day and age to attain liberation?
Jaguar, could you elaborate on the question?
Yeah, sure. So in the reading, it talks about how in this era, which is like the current age, no one can attain liberation without reciting Nama. So why is that so?
Jaguar, I don't think you can. I think it just takes a little bit more work to attain, to say the Nama in order to attain liberation. Just because people are like in this. Like what I feel like in my perspective is that people are more skeptical of religion and the beliefs, like believing in something. So I think that's why.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting perspective. If people are a little bit more skeptical of everything, then chanting Nama with faith can really help someone progress. So part of this reading, it talks about how, like, when chanting Nama, there isn't really a barrier to entry. Like, with other rituals and other spiritual practices, there may be some prerequisites or some other qualifications that someone needs to do something like that. But for chanting Nama, there isn't really any barriers anyone can just get started and chant Nama and chant Jaguru. So that's why it's not really, it's like one of the easiest ways to progress in a spiritual path. That's what this part was talking about. So also at the end of the chapter, there were two short stories. One was devotee in a dream, dreaming about the importance of Nama, and one was a group of people in the Jaguar Hills. Does anyone have any takeaways from these two stories? Eva, you want to share any takeaways?
Jaguru, I think an important takeaway is that we underestimate the power of japa and like reciting Thakur's name, Jaguru, because it can not only calm us down, but it can help keep Thakur with us and protect us in different ways. Jaguru.
Yeah, that's well explained, Eva. So yeah, even in the dream, the devotee, he was chanting Jaguru Nama, and even Thakur, he said that he felt the effects of chanting Jaguru Nama from the devotee. And with the next story, with the tiger, that one was a story that we covered for the little kids a few months ago. So I'll elaborate more on that right now. So this took place when Sri Thakur was living in the Jaguar Hills in Assam among the Hajong people, and this was a tribal group, and they lived in the jungles there. And two people who were disciples of Sri Thakur then were Sitaram and Madan at that time. And one day, Sri Thakur and Madan were having a conversation, and Thakur told him that if one would believe in me sincerely, he would own all the objects and treasures in the earth easily. And Madan asked innocently, so would the fear of a tiger be dispelled when someone has faith in you? And Thakur replied, if you have faith in me, the tiger will run away from you in fright. And you don't need to roam the jungle with weapons. The only thing you need is infallible faith. So Madan was very curious, and he wanted to test these words that Thakur said. So he and a group of people, like it mentioned in the reading, he, Sitaram, and a few other friends, they went into the jungle and they searched for a tiger in different places, in the mountain, in the caves. And so when they were searching, they were chanting Jaguru. And they came across a huge tiger, and when they saw it, they were very frightened by the sudden appearance. But nevertheless, they stood together and they chanted Jaguru with each other at the top of their lungs. And when the tiger saw them, it slowly roared and then it went away. So that was, I just wanted to elaborate a bit on that story, just to remind everyone. So it really shows that those who believe in Nama, it really helps protect them. I was also reminded when we're talking about Nama, I wanted to share another story about this. This is about sage Valmiki. So before Valmiki became a huge saint and sage, he was a thief known as Ratnakara, and he stole from other people in order to feed his family. So one day in the jungle, he decided to steal from sage Narada, and instead Narada asked Ratnakara whether his family would share in all the sins he was accumulating from stealing from other people and attacking other people. So the thief went to his family and he asked them, will you share any of my sins that I'm getting in order to support you and feed you all? And they all said no. So he went back to Narada and asked what he should do. Narada told him to chant Rama and asked him to sit in meditation. However, at that time, the thief, he was unable to chant Rama directly, so instead he was advised to chant Mara. And so as he chanted this continuously, this became Rama, and he eventually was in meditation for a long time and later emerged as Valmiki and later wrote the Ramayana, which I'm pretty sure you've heard about. So there's a lot of different stories talking about the importance of Nama and in general, chanting it and reciting it. Even in our prayers, when we do prayer to Shri Chakra in the morning and evening and the Strota Vandana, there's a few verses that talk about the importance of Nama and the power of Nama. Does anyone remember any part of the prayer that kind of talks about this? Shreya, do you remember any part of the prayer that kind of talks about the importance of Nama? Can everyone hear me?
Jaguar, we can hear you.
Okay. This is down. Okay. Yeah. So, does anyone remember? Shreya?
Jaguar, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't recall off the top of my head.
Okay. No worries. I'll share what I had in mind. So yeah, a few months ago we learned about the Guru Ashtakam, in which we talk about different qualities of Guru and different aspects. So in there's one verse. I'll say it really quickly right now. Ripusudana Mangala Nayakahe, Sukha Santi Vara Bhayadayakahe, Dretapahare Tabanamanguni, Gurudeva Dayakara Dinantani. So the meaning of this is that, O Gurudev, you are blissful and you eliminate the 6 lowly passions in humans, which are lust, material needs, anger, vices, pride, and malice, and you bestow happiness, peace, boons, and courage. Your name eradicates the 3 material miseries, and please have mercy on us. So, with the line that I'm talking about is the line which means your name eradicates the 3 material miseries. So those 3 miseries are known as Adhyatmika, Adhibautika, and Adhidevika. So these are 3 types of miseries that this line is referring to. So the first one is any misery that is inflicted by the body and mind itself. So this includes things like getting sick from common cold, fever, stress, and other things like that. The next one is any miseries that are caused by other living entities. So this can be like other people or mosquitoes or like bugs. It can be like any sort of like living thing that affects you. And then the last one is miseries caused by natural disturbances and stuff like earthquakes, thunderstorms, hurricanes, stuff like that. So this part of the prayer is saying that taking Nama will help prevent these miseries from happening to us. So lastly, I want to end off with one more question. So what are some times that we say Jaguru individually or as a group? Jimmy?
Jaguru, can you please repeat that?
When are some times we say Jaguru?
When you're stressed and we need like help and like we're in a tense situation that we need to say Jaguru.
Yeah, great job, Jimmy. Yeah, I think when we're in stressful situations, saying Jaguru, it helps us remind of Chakra and everything like that. Yukta, when are some times we chant Jaguru?
Jaguar, sometimes we chant it when we're like doing playa, and sometimes I do it when I'm happy because I think it's a way to show Tankwa that I am very thankful for letting me be happy, Jaguar.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, we definitely do it in our prayers. Like we probably, like even today, like at the end of puja, we have Jaguru Kirtan. When all of you during attendance, when I call your names, you all say Jaguru. And usually when we greet each other in Sangha, we greet each other saying Jaguru also. And also, if you've noticed, like everyone who read today, they start with Jaguru and end with Jaguru. So really, it's something that we already chant a lot. You may not realize it, but you probably are saying Jaguru many times. So with that, I'd like to end this young aspirant session and move on to Pavunaya. Jaguru. So, Jaguru, I have Bhagavad today and Pariseva, and I'm very grateful to attend Sangha Puja and learn about the many different topics week by week. And so today I wanted to, in this webinar, I wanted to talk about an interesting story I came across earlier. And this is about a cow and a tiger. They were both in a jungle, and the tiger was chasing the cow, but they both ended up getting stuck in a mud pit near a pond. And no matter how hard they tried, they weren't able to free themselves. And so as the tiger tried to frantically escape, the cow asked, "Why are you so afraid? Do you have a master or anything?" The tiger proudly replied, saying, "I'm the king of the jungle. Why do you ask me this question? I am the master." The cow said, "Well, you may be the king of the jungle, but all your power has failed to save your life right now." Then the tiger asked, "What about you? You're also stuck here. You're gonna die here also." The cow said, "No, I'm not. I have a farmer who is going to come looking for me when he realizes that I'm missing. So once he finds me, I'll be freed and I can go back home." So both became silent for some time. And just like the cow said, once the farmer realized the cow was missing, he found the cow stuck in the mud and freed him, and they both left back. So from this, I guess, like, this is kind of an analogy in a parable. So using this analogy, the cow is a devotee who has surrendered and has a guru. The farmer is a guru, and the tiger is a proud person. And the mud is kind of like the material world. So using this analogy, Thakura, our guru, is always looking after us, even if we may be in trouble or in danger. And this kind of reminded me of one of Thakura's Bani in the second page of the Patra, in which he says that he will lead us to the path holding our hand towards salvation. But we need to have that belief and faith in him to do so. So I thought this story was really interesting to think about. So I wanted to share in this time today. And I pray to Sri Thakura to be able to be happy and healthy, to be able to do his seva and stay connected with him. So with this, I'll end my Kavana. Jai Guru.
जय गुरु स्वप्नेश्वर भाई.
जय गुरु. परमानंद श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज पाद पद्म को प्रणाम करुछि एवं समस्त भक्त भाई माँ एवं पिला मान पादरे मु प्रणाम करुछि एवं मोर भावनी आरंभ करुछि. प्रथम गुरु. गुरु शब्दर अर्थ है गुरु गीतार कहले कि जे अंधार आलोक को नहीं जाए सी हेले गुरु. गुरु शब्दर साधारण अर्थ हूँ गुरु शब्दर अर्थ है भारी. गुरु एवं लघु. लघु माने जे हल्का और जे भारी सी हेले गुरु. तो ठाकुर है महागुरु. सी हेले सबुठु भारी. आमे तांको पाइले जन्म जन्मर स्वीकृति थिला आमे ठाकुर को पाइगले. पाइगला परे देखिले साधना बहुत कष्ट. जहाँ भी सी कहले कि एते तोते करिया दरकार नहीं, केवल गोटे कथा करे मो कथा टिके मान. सकाल संध्या रे केवल पूजा कर मो कथा टिके मान. मोर गोटे बाट को जदि गुरु बाट भली तुम मान नब ताले मुक्ति तुम करतरा कथा. एवं किछि एते भी जदि न करि पाछ केवल मते टिके सुख पाओ. केवल मते टिके सुख पाइले मु जते साधना करछि सब यार फल तुम हाथे हाथे पाइब. सेतिकी भी हेलानी. सबुदिन सकाल संध्या से उपदेश देले कि से उपदेश को आम कौन कले कि फोपाड़ी देले आम मैंने मु कौन करे से सब शुणे सब करे फोपाड़ी दिए विक्रमादित्य राजा दरबार को जड़े साधु आसिले से साधु जनक आसिले राजा को प्रणाम राजा प्रणाम कले प्रणाम कला प्रति प्रणाम कले हाथ में गोटे जंगली फल टे देले विक्रमादित्य होती महावीर माने आम इतिहास दुई जन को वीर कह जड़े महावीर आउ जन वीर विक्रमादित्य तो विक्रमादित्य को जो देले फल विक्रमादित्य हाथ में धरले देखिए गोटे पणुआ फल टे जंगली फल फल कौन हम से कौन कले जो अमात्य था देदेले समात्य कौन कला रखिला राजा जिनस राजा पुणी के पुणी बुलीज से केत मागे नहीं भंडार घर रखिदेला प्रतिदिन एमती से साधु आसती गोटे गोटे फल दिखती विक्रमादित्य से करते राजा अमात्य को दिखती अमात्य नहीं भंडार घर रखिदे एमती अनेक दिन चलला राजा भी केवे बुझुना कौन से फल दौरान दिने कौन है विक्रमादित्य पाखे गोटे मांकड़े बस था से दिने कौन कले से फल से मांकड़ को देदेले कि मांकड़ हाथ में फल पड़ा मांकड़ को धरिकी से फल खोलला मैंने चिरी विदारी काढ़ला देखिए गोटे बहुत बड़ा हीरा गोटे अच्छे चकचक कौन राजा देखिए गोटे बहुत बड़ा हीरा गोटे मूल्यवान पत्थर अच्छे से भितर सब सागे सागे अमात्य को कहले देखिलु भंडार घर सब कौट ना भंडार घर रखी सब देखिलु से भंडार घर देखला भंडार घर से फल गुड़ा सब पची जाइए पचिले भर सब हीरा गुड़िक बाहर चकचक कौच ठीक दिन देखिले से साधु जनक आसिले पुणी किसी दिन पर आसिले आसला विक्रमादित्य गोड़ तला लंब हो पड़गले पड़गला से साधु कहले ठीक अच्छे काली मुझे श्मशान अपेक्षा करी तू आसबू और एका आसबू विक्रमादित्य सब एका गले गलापर श्मशान जा पहुंचले देखिले से सब चक्र काटी कुंडली काटी सब कर पंचमुंडी आसन स्थापन कर बस कौन ना तत्ते आज मैं गोटे बहुत बड़ वीर साधना मुझे दिन को अपेक्षा करी मुझे वीर को खोजुली तू मिल जाइए चलो साधना स्टार्ट करवा यहाँ प्रकृष्ट समय जा तू से गचर से बेताल को लेकिन आस जानल तापर कथा समस्त जानी बेताल पंचविशुद्धि कहानी तो ये गोटे कथा जमी राजा जापार कि साधु कौन दौरान से डेली जिन फोपाड़ी दौले ठीक सेमती आम कौन कर जहाँ दौरान करूँ आम प्रतिदिन फोपाड़ी दौर प्रतिदिन आमको मूल्यवान उपदेश दौरान उपदेश बहुत मूल्यवान साधारण कथा भी बहुत मूल्यवान आम फोपाड़ी दौचे ठीक सेमती जेपर्यंत सी न बुझे कि नहब कि ये नहब आम बुझीपर ना तो तेणुक ठाकुर पाखे गोटे बात ठाकुर उपदेश आपन तो दौरान कि मुझे ग्रहण करने योग्य नुहे आपन साधना पद्धति बहुत कहते मुझे साधना करने योग्य नुहे मोर मन अच्छे आम पाठ पढ़ुल आम सब स्कूल सब पिला सब ये भाग बंटा जाए मैंने ये माने भल पिला मैंने 30% मार्क आने मैंने ये टाइप पिला मैंने 30% मार्क आने जो मैंने 30% मार्क आने कौन जाए ना सब इम्पोर्टाट क्वेश्चन दि जाए मैंने एगुड़ाक गत 10 वर्ष धरी पढ़ुची तुम मैंने एक क्वेश्चन देख तुम्हें देखले तुम ये गोटे क्वेश्चन कि 2टी क्वेश्चन आसो तुम 10टा क्वेश्चन लिखे 3-4टा क्वेश्चन आसो तुम उत्तर देव और 30% मार्क लेके आसो पास मार्क लेके आसो ठीक सेमती मुझे से 30% ये पिला तो तेणुक मो कर दिंतु आप निजे ही सब किसी कर दिंतु कारण मुझे साधना करें कि दे पारूनी पूरा जिते छाड़े भी विषय को मुझे छाड़े भी से भालू माने कंबल छाड़देले भी कंबल थटला बेले जागुड़ी सेमती मत विषय धरी जन्म जन्म संस्कार जानी कि आप सब कर कहूँ गुरु कृपा ही केवल जय गुरु
जय गुरु ब्रज भाई मु करची माने जय गुरु प्राण ठाकुर भाई माँ मैंने यंग एस्पिरेंट मैंने
ଭାଇ କାହିଁ ଶୁଭୁନି ସାତ କଥାଟା।
हेलो हेलो जय गुरु
क्लियर होनी unmute yourself press the star key twice mute off mic change करके अलग mic भी सेट हो गया
जय गुरु भाई सुबह लगी
ଶୁଭୁଛି ହଁ ଚଳିବ ଜାଣି ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କୁ ଶୁଭୁଛି ନା ଠିକ
भाई गोटे मिनट
ଟିକେ ପାଇଁ ଲୋ ହଉଛି
माइक रे कोई अभ्यास नहीं भाई जय गुरु
हाँ ये बढ़िया लगा भाई
जय गुरु भाई पाली तो सब वर्ष आमे नो को आमे न्यू कि हमको मिले बट हाँ ए वर्ष पाली टिके स्पेशल कहीं ना माने ए वर्ष प्रथम थर माने सम्मेलन रे मते किछि माने मु किछि कहि पाइली मते अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलथिला माने सीरियसली माने जतले ब्रज भाई मते थरे माने जस्ट मेसेज करथले कि भाई आपण सम्मेलन रे किछि कहबे कि मु भाबिली कि ब्रज भाई मते बोधे गोटे कोन प्रिंट आउट काटी के देबे आ मते रीडिंग करियर अछि मु सांग सांग हो कहितली नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ब्रज भाई कहले भाई टॉपिक ता मते दे देबे तापर मते स्ट्राइक लगे ओ नो मु कोन कली मु हां तो कहि देली एबे एबे मु कोन करिवि कोन तो जहाँ भी मु तापर भाबिले ठीक अछि मु एबे किछि कहनी मु देखिबी तापर से 2 वीक मु ठाकुर को बही तो पढ़ी तापर मो पाखे प्राय टिके इंग्लिश बुझिया पे मु एते गूगल कली सब जो टॉपिक संघ हो कि माने सनातन धर्म हो एते गूगल कली कि गूगल भी भाबिला बोधे फोन चोरी हिची माने केबे तो एते सर्च करनी एबे हठात कहीं कि एते सर्च आछी तो फाइनली माने से 2 वीक भीतर मु काफी किछि जानिया को पाइली आ माने तो एबे भी से हैबिट रखे ट्राई करछि कि मुट्टी ठाकुर विषय जाने पढ़े सो दैट माने मोर तो भलो हो प्लस मो छुआ को भी किसी शिखी पारिबी ठाकुर विषय तो सम्मेलन रे बोधे ठाकुर प्रसाद भाई गोटे माने तांको भाव विनिमय कहिथिले कि आम सहित जहाँ भी घटी आसुची आमे केबे जानि पारुनी कि आम सहित कोन होउची किंतु जतरा आमे फ्यूचर रे बसे कि पास्ट विषय भाबू सेतरा आमे डॉट्स गुडा कनेक्ट करि करू सेमिति गोटे माने कनेक्टिंग द डॉट्स विषय मु कहबी ओके तो 2015 अराउंड लाइक जैन फेब्रुअरी बोधे सेतोर को माने आमे रहउथलु कैरी रे बट माने आमे ट्रैवल करथलु बेले बेले शार्लट केतना सेठी मा पढुथले से माने ठंडा दिन सकाळ गला गोटे कष्ट होय बट अगेन पढ़ा पढ़ी तो सेतोर को हमको गुरु भाई जने माने अश्विनी भाई बहुत बहुत हम माई करिसंती सेटा हम के भूली पारिउनी सेतोले माने संघ को ठाकुर को स्वरूप बोली कहती आ मु जा भावे कि गुरु भाई और गुरु माँ माने से माने ले संघर स्वरूप और अदरवाइज जा भी बट सिम्पली सेतोले मु दिने मु माने मु भाबिली कि हमें शार्लट मूव करि जिवा तो माने एटलीस्ट गोटे शार्लट गोटे क्लाइंट की सम कंपनी खोजी कि मु ट्राई करछि एंती भाबी कि ना दिने संध्या बेले मु ज्ञान भाई को फोन करथली भाई कहली भाई आपण को तो काफी चिन्हा अछंती आपण माने शार्लट रे कि क्लाइंट अछि जारी एमती अछि रिक्वायरमेंट कोइ कि मु ज्ञान भाई को फोन करथली ज्ञान भाई मते खाली कहले कि भाई किछि नै एटा तो समस्त संग आसे आपण भी किछि नै खाली ठाकुर को जणांतु आउ हां टिके ट्रैवल करे पड़छि आउ गाडर टिके माइलेज होछि नथिंग इट्स नथिंग आउ 5 मास पर गोटे गाड़ी किनिबे नुवा गाड़ी गोटे किनिबे आउ रही 5 वर्ष पर गोटे घर किनिबे सेतर कोन अछि माने एग्जैक्टली आई थिंक जुलाई और अगस्त रे आमे गोटे गाड़ी किनिथिलु माने सेतोडी मते मु भाबु नथिली कि हां हम गोटे गाड़ी किनथला हम किनि दिथलु मु सेतो को माने से कथरा ज्ञान भाई कहते मु माइंड कोन नथिली बट आई थिंक एक्जाक्टली 5 years पर आमे गोटे घर देखि परलु तो तापर मु स्ट्राइक मतलब मु से ज्ञान भाई से कन्वर्सेशन सब मो मुड रे थिला तळे जब मीटिंग लो तुम बोल कि ओ माय गॉड ज्ञान भाई जस्ट गोटे कैजुअली गोटे कथाटा कहिथिले बट इट हैड सो मच सिग्निफिकेंस एक्चुअली मु तो ठाकुर बहुत लेट जानली किंतु मु भाबे कि मो पुओ ही इज वेरी लकी कि से जन्म हला बळु ही जानी छी एंड आई होप ही कंटिन्यूज द लेगेसी और से टिके भलो जिंस सिखु भलो प्लस ता लाइफ रे भी ठाकुर को सेवा करि परु और भलो मनुष्यटी हो एति कहि कि रखी जय गुरु जय गुरु प्राण ठाकुर संघ पूजा पर आपण को टाइम बट जय गुरु कीर्तन पर आपण को प्रसाद पई निमंत्रण करछु भोग निमंत्रण करछु तापर समस्त भाई और मां माने को निमंत्रण करछु प्रसाद पाइया पई जय गुरु आउ संध्या संध्या पूजा 6:30 बेले ठाकुर आपण को निमंत्रण करछु आ समस्त भाई माने को निमंत्रण करछु जय गुरु
Jaguar, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can. Jaguar.
Jaguar, I invite Sri Thakura, all the Bhais, Mas, young aspirants, and other members of the Sangha to our next puja to be held on September 26th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Please join the puja and make it a success. Jaguar.
जय गुरु भाई सुना जाଉଛି
जय हाँ सुनୁଛି
जय गुरु प्राणनाथ ठाकुर महाराज समस्त भक्त भाई माँ और पिला माने आसंता रविवार सेप्टेम्बर 26 तारीख दिन बबी रश्मिमा और मोर सेवा पारी अच्छी से श्री ठाकुर महाराज समस्त भक्त भाई माँ और पिला मानक निमंत्रण करछि आपण माने पूजा रे जोग देबे और पूजा टी को सफल मंडित करिवे जय गुरु
जय गुरु आज पाली सेवारे भक्ति माँ स्वप्नेश्वर भाई और मोर आम थर किसी भी भूल त्रुटि होती ठाकुर कि भाई माँ जी भी क्या भी किसी भूल त्रुटि होती आपणकर पूजा और अभ्यर्थना तो आमर आपणकर अज्ञानी सेवक भक्त मान क्षमा करदे ठाकुर जय गुरु
भाई जय गुरु सुना जाଉଛି
जय गुरु सुनୁଛି
विदाय प्रिया
Mona
joy